everyone, and once again, welcome to my channel, Diaspora Journeys with Patricia. And as promised in the last video, this time I will be talking to you about getting into the diaspora for those who want to venture out abroad. And fortunate with me today, I have a guest, and he will be the ideal person to talk to you about getting into the diaspora. What are the expectations? What the journey would be like? Good morning, Boaz.
Morning, Patricia. How are you doing? Long time.
Very good, thank you. Karibu sana to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. You are looking good, by the way.
Thank you. The Luo in you, will not miss the compliment. But hey, who doesn't want a nice compliment? Yes. So please introduce yourself, Boaz, and tell us what you do, where you are. Let's hear you.
I'm Boaz Oyamo, born and raised in Migori, that is southern part of Kenya, southern Nyanza, as they used to call it by then, Migori County. I'm working in Dubai. I'm working with the company called Dubai Holding. Dubai Holding is a parental company to so many companies around. That includes the properties, asset management, hotels, restaurants, media, quite a lot. So me, I'm in the part of restaurants group management. I'm at the corporate office as HR manager. So we manage the entire group for Jumeirah Restaurants Group. So yeah, that's about me.
Good. So, and as everyone would want to know, how did you get there? What was your journey about? Maybe you can tell the viewers, how has your journey been in Dubai?
Yeah, I used to work with a company called Southern Sun. Southern Sun is a leading chain in Africa in terms of hotels, resorts, and casinos. They used to manage one hotel in Parklands, Nairobi, Holiday in Nairobi by then. The name later on changed to Southern Sun Nairobi, Mayfair, just right to the casino. So I used to work with them. Then they were expanding their organization to the Middle East, and they had two properties coming up in downtown Dubai. That is Kamardin and Al Manzil Hotel. By then, nowadays it's called Kamardin. The name changed to Vida downtown. Then the other one, Al Manzil, the name changed to Manzil. So when they were opening these properties, they gave opportunities to their staff who are in Africa who wanted to move to Dubai. During that period, we didn't know about Dubai. We had to do so much research to learn about Dubai, and then we had to make a decision if we are taking it or not. So I'm one person who don't like regrets. So since we had a number of people who were shortlisted, around 5 people, and I was amongst them, so I decided to be on board with them. So that's how I made a decision to move to Dubai.
And your first position in Dubai, when you moved down to Dubai, what was your position then?
I moved in as a bellboy. You've worked in hotels, so you must have known. You must know the bellboy position.
It's not me you are telling. Tell my audience, because wanataka kujua bellboy ni nani.
So for the audience to know what that means, bellboy, whenever you've gone to the hotels, I'm sure some of you have gone to the hotels where you'll find people assisting you to the rooms and all that. So when you enter the hotel, you'll either find the bellboys at the entrance or doorman. Then once you're inside, you'll find two receptions. One is receptionist, the other one is concierge. Concierge, that is where you'll find the bellboys. These are the guys who will handle your luggage. They will escort you to the room. Once you've been checked in, they'll take you to the room. If at all you're there for a show round, they will show you around the property, what the hotel is offering. And that was me. So I was helping the guests to carry the luggage to the room. And by the way, I used to drive that trolley. I used to drive it with fun. I could hang on it. So that's
Yeah.
that's the position that that's the position that I entered Dubai with.
What were some of the challenges? So you've left Kenya, you've come to this new United Arab Emirates. Of course, the language is Arabic. It's a hot country. It's not the tropical climate of Kenya you are used to. What are the challenges you encountered, both in terms of professionalism as well as the societal setup? What were your challenges?
First of all, there is communication is something which is really major in terms of um, when you're interacting with people. When we are home, we think that people abroad are so much perfect in English and languages. It's a crap. To be honest with you, I'm very proud to say that Kenyans, we speak, or rather Africans, we speak really good English. We have that sort of communication. When you come here, if you choose to be so much sympathetic in the sense that you just want to communicate, then you'll end up losing your own English, by the way, because the language they speak, it's like the people around. I'm not going to mention the nationalities, but the majority around, they just speak the random language. Somebody just say something, break it, like I go, come, go, those kind of English. So it took us time for us to understand some of them, for you to actually get the communication. For instance, I'll give you a simple example. Somebody will say with us, no is a no and yes is a yes when you're communicating. And these guys, whenever you talk to some of them, somebody will tell you no and do the head like this. When someone say no, that is like yes. So you'll think that it's a no, it's actually a yes. The person has actually acknowledged whatever the conversation was. But you'll think, okay, no, okay. So with this, it took me time to understand that the no is yes. And okay, then later on we were like, okay, now this is how it is. There's some areas which people don't speak English completely, so you'll have to just have to pick up some basic words that can make you communicate with someone. That is in terms of communication. In terms of the system is really good. That's what we want our countries to be dreaming of heading to. I've seen our leaders coming around doing the benchmarking. I don't know if they're applying the same back home, but these are the things that they need to apply in terms of whether it's transportation, whether it's just services from the government. It's very easy. It's very simple. Whether it's terms of the crime, even traffic, for instance. Look at us back home when you've just done a small traffic offense, the police will just stop you there for an hour just for nothing, and you are heading somewhere. And you see in Dubai that doesn't happen. You make a crime, the camera catches you, you will deal with it whenever you are at your own convenience. You will go, nobody will stop you, and you've experienced that yourself. So the system is really good, and it's something that we see to be good, that we need to apply back home. Challenges, another challenges we face is, of course, so many people around, they don't have families here, so they have that challenge of meeting their family and all that distance, homesick and all that. And some companies also, they give you the ticket back home after 2 years and all that. So these are the challenges that we face. But again, it's something that you can plan on. When you just come in, it's a bit tricky because you don't know when you'll go back. When I came in for the first time, and as I mentioned earlier, I was a bellboy. A bellboy is one of the lowest positions in a hotel. So in terms of accommodation, which is being provided by the company, you will be one of the people who will get like the majority share in terms of so many people in a room. If the lowest position will have 10 people in a room, you will be falling under that because that is the lowest grade. So when I came into Dubai, my first room was it was a 3-bedroom apartment, and each room had 4 people, and which means an apartment we were 12. So at that time, you are thinking, did I really make the right decision by coming here? I left my house where I was living alone, uh, and I'm here staying with so many people. You want to cook, and you have to cook with schedule because you want to cook. Somebody want to cook, so you know, and there are issues. There are issues. Somebody, oh, don't touch my sufuria. Don't honestly. So you need to take that positively because you grow with that. With that, you come to learn how do other people survive. As an HR manager now, I know because I went through all the stages. From that, I stayed in that room for 12 people, which is 4 in a room. I moved to 2 people in a room as the position was changing. Um, 2 people, 4, 2, 1 in a studio, 1 bedroom. Then later on, I was told now live at your own. We'll give you the money. You will jipange. So you see, it's like that. So we have to start from somewhere, and we along the way we learn that way. So and that's something I will actually advise my other Africans who will want to come over. When you come for the first time, you'll see so many things to be not as you expected. You'll be like, I think I've made the wrong decision. Don't just make that decision of going back again, like in the next 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. Give it a try. Give it a try within a span of 2 to 3 years. You'll actually get to what you are looking for. If whatever you studied, don't look for that position when you come in. Just come, take whatever which is available, take the position. As you are there in, then you try to explore. By that time, you don't even expect, you don't wait for Boaz to come and tell you how things are running. You will know it yourself because you are there already, and now you know how things are moving because you talk to people, you see things. So with that experience, you will actually eventually get to what you are looking for. So don't give up. Come in, look for the opportunity, explore around. People do great. I've seen so many people are doing so well. So yeah, so these are what we go through sometimes.
Oh, that is very nice to hear. So for those who are going to the diaspora, start small. Whatever you get, that's the point of start. Don't be overambitious, and it takes time. So you said, Boaz, how long have you been in the UAE now?
I'm now on my 16th year.
16 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, so those who are going out there, it takes time to build a solid career. And Boaz, now tell us about your family connection back home. Are you connected? What is your experience when you come home to on your breaks? How are you treated? What are some of the things you want Kenyans or Africans to change about how they perceive the diaspora?
Me, in terms of family, I see them more often because I travel home uh, three to 4 times in a year. So we do meet a lot, and that's something again that I mentioned previously. When you come in, even before coming in, the contract that we signed, we were told that you'll get ticket after 2 years. So we were like, okay, so we can only go home after 2 years. But keeping in mind that that is when the company will be able to give you the ticket. In between, the contract also says that you have one month of a vacation in a year. So you can go within the first year, you can take yourself home. The second year, you wait for their ticket. The third year, you take yourself. Within a short period, yourself also you'll be in a position of probably the company providing you with one ticket every year, or by that time you'll have settled that you can manage that. So mine, I've planned it in that way that I've split my leave. Instead of taking 1 month, so in 1 year I've split that into 4. So I take it 4 times in a year, so, or 3 times. So, and with that, I don't really have to go all of that. Sometimes the family comes to Dubai, so that's how we've been managing to communicate with the family. When I go home, the whole family is happy, but I don't take that long also to meet them. So we meet like after 3 months, 4 months.
So you visit your family back home oftenly, and as you say, you organize your vacation to suit. But of course, this is not from the word go. This is as you developed and of course had some money to chip in some extra trips here and there. And how is your connection with diaspora? How do you feel, I mean, with back home? Do you feel welcome? How are Kenyans, since you're Kenyan, how are Kenyans, like the friends you left? Do you socialize? What's your experience with when you come back to Kenya?
I think at one point also we come to realize that not all of us actually need to go out of the country. Some of us, they make it back home as well. I've seen friends doing well back home. My friends that I left back home, some of them are doing well. Some of them are planning to come over to Dubai. I do associate with them, and I'm always at their support. Again, when you have someone who is able to give you the any little support that you can get out of the country, it's very much appreciated. So whoever, like my friends who wants to come, sometimes they skip the bed space part, but I can tell them, okay, I'll accommodate you. Then during that period, you can look for a job. Again, I'm always very open to them that there are two things involved here. If I accommodate you, you could be so much comfortable to an extent that you forget that you're looking for a job. The time will run, you'll end up losing, the visa expires without getting a job, because I will only recommend you around. I know I'm in HR, but sometimes we don't have the positions at hand, and time runs. Somebody's on visit visa and need to get the job immediately. So when that happens, so we need to fit you in somewhere. So in between, when you're looking for a job, if you stay in a bed space for people who don't know about beds, there's a room, somebody has rented a room, he has put so many beds, he will put that 12 beds, 10 beds, some are 6 beds. I'll use the lowest one, which is, and you can easily convert that, and you see it's still expensive. The lowest bed, you'll find a room maybe has 6 people. It has 3 beds, bunk beds, 3 bunk beds, which means true, watu watatu wanalala juu, watu watatu wanalala chini.
The double decker, as we call it.
Yeah, yes. So down the lower bed, somebody will charge, let's say 700 dirhams, which is something like almost 20k Kenyan shillings. And the top bed, they will charge like 600, which is something like 16 or 15k Kenyan shillings. You pay that per month. Remember, that's why it's called a bed space. You're only paying for that. Then in the room, you share the rest of the stuff. You share the kitchen, you share the bathroom with the rest of the occupants in the room. They get so much communication because there are so many of them in one place, so they do communicate. So this is what I always tell the people. If I accommodate you, I'll tell you that if you're outside there, you'll be, things are different on the ground. Pale, those guys there, they know so much, and they'll give you information. So they decide, you choose which one you can go for. As I said, I do communicate. We listen to rumba, we interact, and tunakula nyama choma, things that we miss, because there's some of the things that we take for granted when we are at home. We don't see them here. There is no good nyama choma here, even though nyama choma we can roast it, but at one point you feel like there's some sort of difference. Ile ya nyumbani, ile ya huko ya Harris, unasikiaga ikiwa na taste yake. So yeah, we sit together, we talk and share ideas. With that also, we develop each other, because when I go back home, when we talk, I come to understand 16 years is quite a long time, Patricia, to be out of the picture. So when you come back home, you that is the time that you need. These are the people who will tell you what's happening. Sometimes whatever you think that is a good investment while you're out of the country, it's actually not. It's when you go back there, these people at the ground, these are the people who will tell you this one doesn't work. This one will our friends. We have some also who will eat your money. Utapeana pesa, nothing will be built.
So now, when we
done.
come
So
to investment, investment opportunities back home, how are we getting the information? So you want to tell me you depend on the friends to come and tell you, okay, kuna hii biashara sahi imevuma Kenya, I think everybody should give it a try. Or what are the sources of investment opportunities do you have?
I think investment, as the word investment, whenever you want to invest on something, you need to do your own research on that. So do your own research, try to get the information from the reliable sources. Then talking to the friends will just be an additional information that you add into that. Sometimes we get them from TVs, some of them even on the social media. You'll get being published even on Facebook, and some are genuine, some are not. So some are even with the ones on other on social Facebook, somebody would post something, and then once you see that, then you use that as a hint. So you try to find out what is it all about, and again, go try to get the right platform to get the information. People at the friends around at the ground will just help you to mobilize a few things once you've already set your mind. I think that's how I think about that. Whenever I want to invest on something, that's what I do. And why am I doing that? I've lost almost for this that I did some adventure in things that I wanted to invest on. Family members. Just you think that something is happening and nothing is happening, honestly.
So you've lost money through family
that you are getting is not accurate report. It's like, because with that you a mistake that most of us do is I think trust is a good thing, but sometimes when you over trust, you might end up to be losing most of your sweat. So we've done things. I've done things with families. I've done things with extended relatives, and things don't go well. And these are things which are actually doing well in terms of in real sense, in real life, on the ground there, the things are doing well, but the way it's being reported back to you, it's actually not doing well, which means the person handling your business is the person gaining. You are not gaining. So when you lose that, when you overtrust that all, but I think you need to be more careful as well whenever you are dealing with that overtrust, and you end up losing them all. And again, families back home, my friends back home, guys, we're really working so hard. Tukiwapea kazi, mfanye kazi vizuri, because we pay you. If I give you something to do for me, you not do it for free. I'll eventually pay you something. We can have some sort of agreement. This portion will be yours, this portion will be mine. So instead of end up taking 100%, how? And we can develop and everybody's working hard to develop the rest. So these are challenges that we face in terms of investment back home, especially when you are not able to travel frequently. My case is now different because I learned through that. I've managed to plan myself to travel more often, and with that, pesa yangu hizi kulwa. I know what's happening there. So yeah, so these are the things which do happen. Yeah, but just to enlighten the people who might overtrust that kind in terms of that kind of decision.
Okay. Now, just to, as we come closer to end, what would you tell our governments? Because we are out in the diaspora, you are out in the diaspora, and I'm sure UAE is one country that never gives citizenship. So at some point, utarudi back to Kenya, unless you maybe want to go to Europe or America. What would word of advice or request our country in terms of using their diaspora? What would your word of advice or request be?
In terms of, I think there are lots of opportunities around. We that we all of us will want to explore. I'm a different person compared to when I came to Dubai. I've known so much. Even if I decide to go back home now, I will know what is what kind of investment that I can do, what kind of new ideas that I can bring back to my country. So when we're out here, we learn so much in terms of system, as I earlier mentioned, in terms of good investments, and there is opportunities of getting that. Even if you don't want to stay in Dubai, for instance, and you've come to Dubai, it's very easy for someone to migrate from Dubai to Canada, to US, to any part of the world, Australia and all that. It's much easier than when somebody wants to do that while they are in Kenya. So you see, it's not all about uh, Dubai. It's about exploring more. So if you want to explore even beyond Dubai, you can still do that while in Dubai. When you go even to other countries, which is not Dubai, in those countries, which is good for you, your own, and it's good for for your country as well. So let's try to grab these good things, the good ideas that we learn from here. Let's grab this and take them back home. So when you do that, you'll find out to you realize that you've actually grown yourself and you've grown the community. The community has also developed. People have gained through you and through the experience that you learned out. Yeah, that's something that we can do.
What are some of the mistakes, just to quickly say, that you've seen some Africans or Kenyans make when they come to the UAE? Some major mistakes that make people lose on opportunities. What have you seen?
First of all, as I mentioned earlier, Africans are really hardworking people, and honestly, I'm very proud of them. In terms of hospitality, they're doing so well, and Kenyans are really doing so well in terms of hospitality. They're well known to be hardworking people. Us, the other side of us is Kenyans are some of them, they drink to an extent they even forget going to work. So this is the other side of us which is not good, which is something that some of us, I'm not saying all, but if you say you're from Kenya, then you like drinking, eh? Sometimes it's the picture that we portray outside there. When we drink a lot to an extent that you forget going to work, then you've lost it. You've lost the track. Because we are here to work, and the rest of the things you can do it during your free time, but you don't have to drink during your working hours to an extent that you don't go to work. Then they look for you and they find that they're drunk. So the mistake that this is a mistake that I've noticed, and is not like the rest of the people don't drink, but maybe because of so many people did it, we can be identified by that, we can be described by that, which is not good. In terms of people coming to look for jobs, some of them, they come to look for jobs, but they start, I would say, wrong company. You are here to look for a job, but then the first thing, the first company that you get, your friends are so much into parties to an extent that you over party even before you getting a job. So you're forgetting that these guys are already employed, and you're on a visa which is the days are running 2 weeks to your visa expiry. Then that's when you come to your senses. Oh, I don't have a job. Then you start looking for it aggressively, and the time has gone. That is where we reach to a point of because it's not easy for people to reach here. Somebody's parent has sold some land somewhere. Somebody has given their cars somewhere. So that once you get the money, then you get the job, then you pay back. So at that point, when you land here and you see everything is so nice, and you're forgetting that you need to be part of this nice part. So obtain the job first, then you'll enjoy it. But if you want to enjoy it now, before you start earning, you lose it. You'll go to the negative. That's when somebody goes back home. You don't have money to repay to the people who gave you the money, and you end up to be on a depression because you're now in a locked room. You don't want to walk out. You don't want people to see you that he went and came back. You don't want the person that gave you the money to know that you are around. So we can avoid that. We can avoid that by just a small decision. Come, focus on what brought you here. Once you've got the job, you'll have chance to do all these parties, that enticing stuff. So and they need money. So if you want to put your head in that, you've been around. We have somebody. You'll go out there just for a few drinks, and you'll end up spending lots of dirhams. When you convert that into Kenyan shillings, you'll see like you've spent 200k, 100k, and all that. Of course, depending with the place you go. So all these are available. There are places where you'll just go and spend 1 million in a night. It happens. So if you just want to get nice stuff, the people doing this business of this good stuff, these are people on business. Nobody will lock you out. You go there, you'll not pay, they will treat you like a king. You'll go inside, you'll be welcome. Later on, your pocket will tell you what did you pay to that good hospitality. So make right decisions before you reach to that extent. Admire them on social media, end up on YouTube, watch, enjoy watching that until you settle down. Once you've settled down, you'll be able to get all that. And you might be lucky. Even you worked with Emar, Patricia. Emar is a big company. Dubai Holding is a big company. They own so much in this country. You'll end up eventually you'll end up getting good jobs in good companies, where even those good stuff that you want, you'll be getting some sort of good discounts. You will not even need to now pay the 100%. You'll be paying 50, 30%, 20%. So focus on the job, get the job, and all this will just come automatically with time.
Fantastic. No, it's really good. I think for anybody who wants to really venture into the UAE or Dubai, and UAE is in the Middle East, so not all Middle East is bad. For those who want to venture there, you hear it from a HR person that the first thing is focus. Don't get carried away by the good life, because the good life is there. The good life is tempting, but that will lead you just to destruction. So focus, start from somewhere and just dive in, bury your head, and be patient. Work hard, be patient. The possibilities are endless. So thank you, Boaz. Asante sana for your time. I think you've given us very, very good insight. And as Boaz say, I'm sure Boaz, you can find Boaz on most of the social media handles. So he's not somebody hidden. If you look for Boaz Oyamo, you will definitely get him, and he can really give you more advice on getting out to the UAE. So Boaz, thank you for your time. Yes. I really appreciate.
So otherwise, thank you so much, and I appreciate your time as well.
Okay, viewers, the channel has been Diaspora Journeys with Patricia, and we had Boaz Oyamo, who's told us a little bit about himself and what to expect when you go pursuing a job in the UAE. So thank you very much, Boaz, and we'll talk around. Thank you.